YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I greatly appreciate you taking the time to click on the video today. We are here, College Football 26, the very first video of the new game cycle, and you guessed it, we are doing the promotion relegation. As you can see, this isn't the real American. Here is the independence, and from these 5 schools is who I'm going to pick, and I will run it down for you here really quickly. But first, I want you to be able to see the work that went into this really quickly. So I went through and I put all the schools in 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, all their overalls, all that stuff. Put them in groupings on this page, color-coded by conference, and put them accordingly. The conferences are ranked here, so independent, obviously you don't have a conference, you are at the bottom of the totem pole. And then Conference USA, MAC, Sunbelt, Mountain West, American, Pac-12, Big 12, ACC, SEC, Big 10. This is all based off of a power ranking that I found on Bleacher Report. So what that means is in these groupings where there's multiple teams from different conferences, the conference on the lower part of the totem pole got put in the lower one if that was the case. So that's why you see all of the Conference USA, then all of the MAC, then the Mountain West, so on and so forth. So then they got put in as overalls and different things like that. It looks a little different because in order to keep it myself sane, I had to alphabetize all these. So without further ado, typically I take the worst school. Last year, Kennesaw State. This year, the worst one is Akron, as you can see, at a 61 overall. However, I did a series with Akron last year. Don't want to redo it. Okay? Old Dominion. They have a young stud at quarterback, so I didn't want to use them. It felt like it was cheating a little bit. And then UTEP has a bunch of really solid, like, juniors and sophomores, so again, felt like cheating. And then, so it was Kent State, the half-star, makes sense, right? However, big YouTuber, big Twitch streamer as well, Daddy Demu did Kent State. Don't really want to follow it. I will watch his Kent State thing, so I don't really want to like mesh them together and run them together in my brain. So, with all that being said, that leaves one, and that is the Ball State Cardinals. I'm not gonna lie to you, I really want to do UTEP. The other thing is Ball State is in the MAC. It's in the middle of the Midwest, and it's not easy to get recruits there. So, because all the higher recruits are in Texas, Florida, those different types of places. So, Ball State is definitely who we are taking, and of course we are taking over. Now, here is where it gets a little bit tricky, because the biggest issue is these are super expensive now, and I'll get into that as we go through this. But what am I going to want to hold more? Motivator or recruiter? Motivator, remember last year, gets you every offseason, gets you to go up, but recruiting is so tough early in the game that it's pretty tough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be a recruiter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to surround myself around me with motivators. Good Lord. So that's the way we're going to do this. Chief Tummy Tuck, of course. We're going to keep the defense for right now. My alma mater is going to be Minnesota, per usual. My pipeline is going to be South Southern California. There's a San Diego connection as there. So I'm pretty intense. Play sheet. That's fine. We're going to be super aggressive offensively. We're going to be super aggressive defensively. That's just the way that we work. So that's the info. The appearance, the head, we are going to just scroll down. There's one that looks pretty close. If we can find it quickly, we'll throw this one on. Physique. We are heavy. We're 5'10", and we are gonna be 400 pounds. That's the little joke behind Chief Tummy Tuck. And the gear. This is the biggest thing for us this year, is look at all these different things that we can wear, which I think is fantastic. We are gonna be in the Midwest most of the time, right? And then, well, to start the series anyway. So I am going to have the vest look. The layered vest. On the bottom side, we gotta stay comfy. We gotta be in sweatpants. We gotta be in sweats. Those are khakis. We don't need shorts. So we'll put joggers on. And that is going to be the look to start for Chief Tummy Tuck.
Congratulations. It's time to sign your first coaching contract. Now pay attention to the expectations of the role.
All right. I was going to wait for him, but look at how poor these guys have been since 2012 and 13. Even before that, 2008. Look at 2020, the COVID year. Then it went downhill from there. And now it's going to go a backup 3-year contract for Chief Tummy Tuck to get an extension. So we need to win 4 games a year, which hopefully in the American is, or sorry, in the Independence is pretty simple. But we will have to wait and see. All right, we are here in the recruiting, just showing off some of the new things here really quick. The team needs are on the top of it. It is fantastic. It automatically fills out. So if you see the mic, we need 5 of them. If I click that, it shows that we have 1 on the board. It is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. As you can see, we need 2, 4, 5, 10, 16, 20, 21, 22, 23 players. Now, this is just to fill the needs now. The portal is insane in this game. It is so hard to keep, especially play style deal breakers, happy when you're on the team, trying to recruit them, all these different things. It is pretty difficult to do. Now, here's my thing, is if we go to 5-star prospects, there might be a receiver, right? Playing time, fantastic. I just can't, with 450 hours, which drops even lower, I cannot, first year, waste any points because of the fact of how quickly and how frequently people leave to go. So, what I'm going to start off by doing is I'm going to just go straight off of interest, and we're just going to fill up our board doing this. As you can see, we do have some 1-stars. I'm going to wait on the 1-stars. I'm going to go a bunch 2s and 3-stars to start because, like I said, we need 20-some players that are leaving now, but there might be more as we go through because people want to go play at a better school. They want to play at a better fit and all those different things. So we just filled our board. We have so many people at 1st and 2nd on our board. And I'm not going to worry about JUCOs at this point because people are transferring left and right. Typically, I would just want to build my program last year in last year's game, just build the program. This year, there's not a whole lot of that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get all this situated, and I will get back to you when it is all finished. All right, 450 done. So, essentially, if they're first on the board, I tried to get them to insta-commit. I didn't get anybody to insta-commit. So we have 14 3-stars right now on the board. We should be able to distribute the points, especially with us being first or second on pretty much all of them to start. So we should be okay doing this at this point in time. Schedule-wise, we are going to need to mess with it a little bit. We'll probably start with what the schedule looks like next episode. As you can see, a 62 overall is just not what we're looking for at all. So before we think about hopping in, and to be quite honest, this is going to be the episode. It's going to be the setup, it's going to be the roster, it's going to be the recruits, and then we will get rolling into the next episode. So we get a senior quarterback. He has quite a bit of physical tools. He's 87 speed. He has 90 acceleration. He was a pure runner. Behind him, we got a dual threat. And then we have a freshman that is a dual threat with 74 speed. So we really want Walter Taylor to stay here, but he wants a championship contender. More than likely not going to be us, so he's probably going to leave. Playing style, he might leave as well. It's unreal how quickly people could leave. It is unbelievable. Quo Ashley, he's going to be okay. I wish we had a little bit more speed, but he's a junior. Ferguson's a junior as well. We got Elijah Jackson down here as well, but again, deal breaker pro potential, not going to do it. Conference prestige, we're not even in a conference, and playing styles an F. So that's just how a quick glimpse of how quickly a whole room can just disappear. Magwood, best receiver. He's a senior. Playing style is through the ground, but again, he's a senior, so it doesn't really matter. This freshman, Durham, he's normal develop, which is not ideal, but he is an 89 speed. He might be our slot guy. So keep an eye out for that. Tight ends, we are in a tough spot. However, Webster is only a sophomore, so he might be all right. Just a lot of bad players on this team. Normal development, so the growth isn't going to be huge. Even if we do retain people, it's just not going to be very good. As we click through this offensive line, and there's nothing like above a 74. Then we get to the left edge, and it's somehow worse. We might play this sophomore because he has 82 speed. There's a lot of things to look at here, and none of them are good, by the way. So we are going to be in its strength. I mean, the freshman might play because of his strength. Who knows? So, as I was saying, we're just kind of going through 78 speed in linebacker, middle linebacker 276 speeds, and there's nothing higher to play him unless we move like Simpson over there or something. So, nothing at all to look at. The corners are atrocious. The corners are slow. The free safeties, same thing, low overall. They do have 87 speed though, which is nice. But we are just in a tough spot. Like, we have two kickers. Like, why do we have two kickers? Especially when this one's gonna probably play over him because of the leg. So again, just nothing really good going on here at Ball State. There is nobody that I wanted to redshirt. There's nothing going on. So as I mentioned, we are going to call that as an episode. It's going to be a really short episode, but it is really just the starting portion of what the game or what the series is going to be a part of. this is the promotion relegation, as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. So what is going to happen is after every season, the two teams that make the conference championship game get promoted. Now, the Big Ten is the best conference, and it was voted on the Bleacher Report this time. I didn't just make it up. The champions in the Big Ten just stay there, right? But the bottom two teams of each conference go down a conference. So, if we go back to the spreadsheet and just say Texas State and Troy get last in the MAC, these two would then go to Conference USA, and say Central Michigan and Delaware are in the Conference USA championship game, they get moved to the MAC. And the same thing happens here. Arkansas State and Bowling Green get moved. These two get moved, so on and so forth. So, depending on how well you do, you get promoted or you get relegated, which is like a demotion. The independents are a little bit different, and I will explain those a little bit as we go there. As far as the schedule, I'll just let you know what I'm going to do. We play all the independents, so we have 4 games there. Then we'll play a team from Conference USA, MAC, Sunbelt, Mountain West, American, and Pac-12, and then the ACC. So in the independents, I'm going to try to play one team from each of the conference that are just laddered above us, and just kind of see where we match up. It doesn't do us any good just to play a bunch of Conference USA teams, just to have a chance to win, because we're going to be in that conference next year. Also, the conferences, they have max amount of games that they can play each other. I didn't do any protected rivalry stuff yet because it is super late. I just got done with a 4-hour stream. And I have to be up early in the morning. So I didn't do that this year. I will make sure to put protected ones on there. So like the Minnesotas will play Wisconsin for the Axe and Iowa for Floyd. Those types of games will still be important, and we'll make sure that those get on there in year 2. So that is episode number 1. A lot of talking and setups type stuff, but Chief Tummy Tuck is taking over at Ball State here in 2025 and seeing if we can build it all the way up to get into the Big Ten and compete in the Big Ten. So I appreciate you taking the time to click on the video today. If you haven't already or you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. How many seasons is it going to take us to get there? That's comment number 1. Number 2, what other type of series would you like to see with College Football 26? This is the big one for me. Last year we did a D3 to take over college football. It's just such a slow grind. I don't think that we're going to do something like that. But if that's something that you want to see, please let me know. If you have any other ideas, please put those in the comment. I will look through them. I will respond to them. I greatly appreciate the support. As always, I hope you have a good day. Hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.